And we are live with session 52 of our Drowned Gods campaign. And let's get started. As always, everyone, please reset your hero point pools to 1. And I believe we do have Akalupa notes today.
We do indeed. As we pass the magic area, we see a rocky canyon in front of us. Before some foothills, and then the main mountain. Coming out of the foothills, we see a large river flowing into the canyons, and coming out on the side that we are on, Jessica and PPOP decide to race for the canyon entrance. PPOP and Jessica start off with PPOP nearly falling on his face, but Jessica pulls ahead. Jessica walks backwards across the finish line, much to the chagrin of PPOP. We enter the canyon and begin making our way up the canyon. We have to choose between a cave and climbing up a waterfall. Since it wasn't raining, we had to climb up the waterfall. I failed trying to climb up while PPOP makes it up. Just because he's aspiring and he has cheating climbing stuff. We'll climb the rope and he ties at the top. We see a beam of light shine into a gazebo on top of a hill. We climb up to the gazebo and we see a gilded figure. Jessica feels magic coming from the figure and tries to figure out if it's going to kill us or not. We find it is Captain Lady with a plaque that reads, "Here lies the Queen. Where darkness kisses light, life will be." She's cold, but not dead. I pick her up to carry her. We head out of the canyon and find some highlands. As we get to the foothills, we find a place to make camp. JB decides to eat a bunch of berries we don't recognise. As we set up camp and start to sleep, we hear a lilting voice. PPOP and Jessica see shifting shadows. That's my family. But the day breaks and all is fine.
Alrighty. So we come to our heroes. The sun has risen.
You're not going to award any hero points for that?
No. Oh. No hero point.
You know, one of these days it had to happen, Anna. The novelty's worn off. We just don't care about you anymore.
I didn't really feel your soul in that one. No, I'm trying to give yourself. Anywho, so the sun has risen. Birds chirping into the air. Seems very idyllic.
Wait, we camped? Oh no, that's right, yeah. We did camp. Never mind, obviously. Where did we camp again? It was... Oh, we found a little bit of a hollow in the hills past the canyons, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
And so we should be able to see the tower from here, or we have to go through the canyons first?
Well, we've been through the canyon, but I think the tower was on the other side of the hills, and we couldn't see it from below, right?
Yeah, you're at the base of like a hill, so like perspectively, you have to get to the top of the hill to see the tower.
Cool.
If that makes sense.
I challenge you to a rematch. Race to the top of the hill.
Yasuka's like still waking up at this point. Is what? Yeah, sure. Rematch.
PPOP takes off.
Alrighty, let's get them.
I'm taking every advantage I could get.
Yeah, it was athletics rolls.
That's right. Athletics.
And yeah, Jason, I feel like PPOP gets like a free roll there before Yasuka reacts.
I mean, she's still sleeping, so it makes sense.
I got a 14. I made it count.
Nice.
All
right, so that's obviously 14 PPOP, 0 Yasuka for now.
Keeping in mind that I have not taken into account any foreseeable obstacles along our way. So
Yeah, well, Yasuka's like still waking up at this point, so neither is she. Like, we're just basically booking it. Yasuka isn't actually even sure where the endpoint is. She's just running as fast as she can in the direction PPOP went. 15 for Yasuka.
And another 14 for PPOP.
Nice.
28 to 15.
Yeah. All right, so you're still in the lead. Yasuka's like starting to catch up, maybe starting to realize what's going on.
Getting some of the sleep run out of her.
Yeah. Oh wow, very consistent. Another 15 from Yasuka.
Uh-oh, PPOP rolled a nat 20.
Da-da-da.
Yay.
So what's
All
that?
right.
21.
21.
All right, so 49 for PPOP and did I do? Yeah. 30 for Yasuka.
Well, with that nat 20, you just like find purchase on a single rock and you just propel yourself straight into the air. An
See
additional
my silhouette
10 feet.
against the rising sun.
And that moves you an additional 10 feet from your roll.
Nice. So that I'm finally gonna take a moment to look up how close am I to the top of the hill.
If you had to guess, you would say you're about like 15-ish feet from the top.
Oh man, I'm right there. Victory is within grasp. One more burst.
All right, so instead of 21, 31 for PPOP on that last roll.
That is correct.
Sweet.
This one I only got a 9.
Oh,
right.
PPOP, you're slowing down. You're smelling the roses.
Yeah, I turn around to try and taunt Yasuka a little bit, give her a taste of her own medicine.
Yasuka almost gets a nat 20. She rolls a 19 for a total of 26.
Oh no, I'm playing with fire.
Oh, dang. Better hope you can make it the last 7 feet.
All right, 68 for PPOP and 56 for Yasuka.
Oh no, I'm getting worried. I got a 10.
All right, Yasuka got a 21.
So, you passed the finish line, but what that would make Yasuka...
I'm doing the math real quick. Give me 1 second. All right, 78 for PPOP, 77 for Yasuka. So PPOP like makes it into the lead, but by a nose.
Oh my god.
They need the photo finish to tell. Alright, so as you crest the top of the hill, you look down upon a steep drop. It's not like a cliff, but it's a very precipitous drop into a large bowl-shaped valley, at the middle of which is a lake and the tower rising above.
Should we roll something to see if one of us trips and starts rolling down into the hill or into the valley?
Yeah, slam on the brakes.
Yeah, because y'all are running pretty dang fast.
That's what I was thinking. Maybe a reflex check is probably what makes most sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
All right, 21 from Yasuka.
And 23 BOP.
All right, so we probably
All right,
like stopped just barely in time, windmilling our arms.
Managed to avoid going careening down. Probably many a bruised bone.
Whoa, that was like close, man. Nothing like almost dying to wake you up in the morning.
I am amazed that I got up my little horsey legs to listen to me. Thank goodness.
Yeah, you did really great. That was especially awesome when you like jumped off of that boulder and like totally took the lead and did like a backflip and everything. Yasuka's obviously exaggerating.
Oh my god, yeah. I looked like a badass.
Yeah.
I
If
guess
only
now
we
just have
had
to
like
kind of-
magic stones that could like record things. I would have like totally videoed it.
and then you could like post it and all of our friends could see it be on, I don't know, some sort of magical connection cloud.
Exactly. And I could just like take pictures of myself all day. What would you even like call those?
Pictures of yourself. Pixelf?
Yeah. Or like self pics or something?
Well, anyway, I'm bored already. Our friends are so slow.
Yeah, I guess we should probably go back down and have breakfast anyway. We have like a long day of hiking over these frickin' hills all day today, and they look pretty steep.
I'm gonna take one last look around and maybe try and see what I can scout before we head back.
So like a perception check.
Yeah.
And Yasuka will join in. Oh, Yasuka's not paying much attention. She got a 12.
I got a
Yasuka's
19.
looking at PPOP, looking around.
she's too distracted by his heaving chest. You know, got that sweat glistening on it. It's very distracting. I'm sorry.
So PPOP, you see, as described before, a giant rim around this valley. That's, like I said, a bowl shape. And going down into the middle, you notice probably about half the distance between where you're at and where the tower is. Some grayish structures that look kind of, you can't quite tell at this point, but they look quite weathered. There's some forests, and then of course rising behind at the far end of the valley bowl area, there's a giant mountain that rises up, dominating the entire island.
And this is the mountain that has been like casting the shadow, right? That we keep referencing.
That is correct.
Sweet. Can we see the tower from here?
You can, in fact, see the tower. It's at the center of the lake, which is at the center of the bowl, which, by the way, flowing from that lake is a small river that you can see makes its way down the valley and into the canyons. And presumably...
That's the river we were following.
Presumably.
Okay. Clocked it. Up in the old noggin. Let's head back.
Wait, what was that? Oh, yeah, let's like head back.
I just took a self-pic of myself with all these beautiful surroundings, so now I'll never forget.
Yeah, like if you take the pic with like your brain, it's also kind of like a self pic.
Yeah, it's like a self-self, because only you have it in yourself.
Yeah, I feel like that's not gonna catch on.
So, meanwhile, back down at the camp, Akalupu smells the smell of rising food aroma.
Akalupu's gonna get up slowly, because Akalupu never gets up fast.
About time you woke up, son, and word you died.
Akalupu not gonna. Did you? Oh, I forgot for a second that Akalupu's voice
Come on,
had changed.
Akalupu.
No, maybe the bracelet had slipped off.
He threw it into the wilds.
Nah, it just slipped off while he was sleeping. You know, he has to push it back on before his accent returns.
There we go. Yeah, so Akalupu's gets up and starts trying to eat some food, I guess.
You're gonna reach your hand into like boiling pot.
I said try to eat some food. I didn't say it was successful.
Wait, son, the gumbo ain't ready yet. Gonna smack your hand. Yeah, come on.
No, he needs to add more of those rocks that aren't rocks to the soup.
Rocks that aren't rocks.
You don't remember from last session the whole thing about rocks that aren't actually rocks and water that isn't actually water? That Yasuka and him were going back and forth about the whole time?
Oh, the rocks in parentheses. And quotations, I mean. Rocks. You gotta watch out for them rocks. They're sneaky. They'll get you.
They're not rocks. That's
They're
the thing.
not rocks. No, they're rocks. In
Exactly.
quotation. Alright, so it's Ethiopian Yasuka made it back yet.
Smells delicious, but not quite done yet.
See? Now he knows a gumbo.
It's
You know,
growing
so
on me.
why don't you get yourself here a bowl now? I'll start dishing you out soon when the gumbo's finished.
Alright, Yasuka's gonna pull out more of the stored rations that she keeps because she can't eat the gumbo.
But you don't like this flesh soup?
Yeah, I already told you, Meat Lake doesn't agree with me. We're like herbivores or whatever.
Oh, it has herbs in it, son. Trust me. Got plenty of herbs.
Yeah, but it's not just herbs.
You
Just
say
herbs.
Herbs are-
Also, where are you from? Why are you
Yeah.
putting H in there? It's just herbs. Weirdo.
Excuse me, son. I'm sorry. You uneducated people might think it's an herb. That's because I ain't pronouncing the herb with a H in there.
I think you've been hanging around with Mono Anui's family for too long.
Look here, son. We could go back and forth all day about if it's an herb or a herb or if the rocks are really rocks, so we could just agree that I'm right.
Or we could just agree that, like, I'm not eating that, so yeah.
Shoot your fail. Continue. Gonna start dishing out the gumbo at this point.
Akalupu is going to push in front of everybody and get food first. And then go over and sit down next to Captain Lady and eat his food while kind of like pushing her around with his foot because he thinks it's funny that she's not awake.
Yeah. Speaking of which, considering how many people we've had disappear in the middle of the night, I would like to confirm Captain Lady, Grace Glimmer, or not Grace Glimmer, or yeah, it is Grace Glimmer,
Yeah,
and
Grace Glimmer.
Sammy are still here, right?
That is correct. And to
Very
be
good.
fair, only 2 people have gone missing in the night. One of which has now been returned, you know.
Well,
Maybe
there was Mako went missing in the night, and you know.
Hey, Mako
That went well
didn't
for
go
him.
missing. Mako was trying to, you know, make cures and antivenom's for y'all.
Mhm.
For you mercilessly obliterated him.
Yeah, well, you know, those were 2
Mako-
separate events.
Mako was a cautionary tale about what happens when you don't tell us the truth.
Well, to be fair, like Mako was, no bueno.
Yeah, and he got what he deserved for not telling us the truth.
He just maybe underestimated the murderous intent of.
Oh yeah, Yasuka's got that harmlessly cute bonus going on. He didn't think that she would just like murk him out of nowhere.
He's like, nah, she's a cute pony. She wouldn't like calling out a fireball of 1,000 suns on me. That's just not something that she would do.
Ah. Wouldn't do like double his hit points in a single attack.
It's so funny. I'm not gonna lie. As the morning progresses, Grace Glimmer gets up and starts eating the non-flesh soup with
Yasuka?
There we go. And the morning starts to drag on, the sun starts to really come out in its fullness. Start to hear some bugs rustling around in the bushes, chirping.
Dancing bugs.
Maybe. You'd have to go into the bush to find out.
Gonna go
Let's take
not far enough that people can't see, but like go look at, kind of try to find some dancing bugs.
Why don't you roll, what would that be if you're seeking out something, trying to find it?
Perception.
Okay. Why don't you roll perception?
Not that low. 24.
Alright. You hear and you can tell that bugs are in a bush about 5 feet from you to your right.
Nice.
Are you gonna try and...
Is that like still within sight of people? Or
Yeah,
like,
5 feet from you.
I don't know. It might be behind the bush.
It's in the bush.
Yeah, no, but it might be behind the bush.
Okay.
In the bush, behind the bush. Come on, keep up, Abe.
It is within clear sight of everybody.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go find me some bugs.
Alright, do you wanna roll a stealth check to make sure you don't scare little buggers off as you peer in?
Sure. Not gonna go well, but
Huh?
I said probably not gonna go well, but gotta find my stealth. My stealth's about as good as PPOP's athletics.
But PPOP is the little engine that could.
That's right.
PPOP is the example of your stats don't matter. You can do whatever you want to.
As long as the R in Jesus tells you it's okay.
So you are indeed quiet enough. You go in, you carefully pry some of the bush's branches, bush tendrils apart, and you in fact see 2 dancing bugs just sitting there getting their groove on, dancing. Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Do you want to describe how they're dancing?
Kind of get their hands up in the air and they kind of shake them back and forth and do a little circle and they shake them back and forth.
You have discovered a dancing bug.
Yay. I'm very happy. I'm gonna sit there and watch them for a while.
Yeah, if only we had invented jars at this point.
Right?
What is taking everyone so long to eat? The day is like wearing on and we have a ways to go. Hurry up already.
It's been like 7 minutes.
Well, I don't know. The God just described it as the day wearing on and bugs coming out and the sun rising. That doesn't sound like 7 minutes to me.
God just threatened it. Well, if y'all are ready to go, I suppose I could pack up the old gumbo pot. There's still some gumbo left. An awful thing to waste it.
Akalupu's gonna come over and finish off the gumbo.
It's gonna leave his dancing bug special.
On the way back, you should roll a perception check to see if you notice the traps that we laid out yesterday to keep the camp safe. Because I doubt Akalupu is paying attention to that.
Probably not. Perception. Perception. 24.
Nice.
You skillfully and tactfully, or just by dumb luck, avoid all the traps that we laid.
No, you do not end up hanging upside down from a whiplash trap.
What color is the tower?
Black.
Yeah.
Metallic black.
Yes. That's what I thought I remembered. But...
It is fusion pink.
It's neon green with red text on it. It does not hurt your eyes at all.
Every time you try and actually gauge what color it is, you can't quite describe it. It's almost like it keeps shifting.
Alright, Yasuka's gonna start tearing down the traps and getting everything ready to head out.
That's the mountain.
What's that?
It's also a mountain.
Why is it too?
Because I couldn't find one.
That's okay. I love it. It looks pretty. Alright.
So I just created what they were looking at from the top of the tower. What?
JB puts his bucket away. Not bucket, his gumbo pot. Magical gumbo pot. Maybe magical gumbo pot.
After Akalupu has finished off the gumbo.
Yes. Akalupu did in fact get the last of the gumbo. And Sammy is going to finish, I don't know, checking on the captain lady, making sure she's not dead. She is still in fact alive.
I'm just saying, the Sleeping Beauty glass coffin is still an option.
But we don't have glass, is the problem.
Yeah, we'll improvise.
Already. Well, should we get to it? Just over them hills there. You gotta go down into the valley, across through, down the river, through the forest.
Grandmother's house we go?
Place. I don't know if I'd call her a grandmother.
Call who grandmother?
Who are you talking about, son? I ain't saying nothing. Should start walking off towards the ridge.
Guys, I think JP knows more than he's letting on.
I think you know more than you letting on. He shouts from the front. I think you know less than you let on.
I don't think Akalupu lets on that he knows that much, so.
That's what I mean. Doesn't make the statement untrue.
Alright, so we're gonna head out.
Let's go!
Probably Yasuka and PPO be in the front as usual to scout things out, and then Akalupu taking up the rear.
With the chalice and Captain Lady.
Yes.
Or Akalupu. The pack wagon of the group.
It's just because nobody else is strong enough to do it.
It's Mono Anui.
You need to get Sunbeam here. She's actually built to be a
legitimately
a pack horse.
I'm sorry, I'm not so funny. Alright. So as you climb, you notice that there's a little bit of a wind, but it's kind of starting to feel a little hot. And the as I've described before, the ground is very much like sparse grassy terrain. Like it's all grassy. It's like a tundra, except not like in the Arctic.
Mm-hmm.
Like the highlands, if you will.
Do you believe that's how they described it?
Maybe. And as you reach the top, you again see the very familiar scene. But you're met with a little bit of a challenge because it is an awful steep incline to the bottom.
How, far is it?
It's probably a good probably a good 3/4 of a mile. Not like a straight drop. No, okay. it's a very steep drop. So like probably at let's see, that's 90, that's 80. So probably about what would that be, like 60 degrees?
Yeah. Probably.
Yeah, somewhere around the 60-degree angle incline.
And it's kind of the same all the way around the lake.
Yeah, I mean, there's like some parts that are more sheer, some parts that are less, but for the most part, it's all.
Does this appear to be like
to the bottom?
The same angle as most of the rest of the least sheer parts?
It seems a little easier, a little less. Some places, most of the other places seem a little bit more steep.
All right, so who has a good survival roll to pick us out a route down?
I have a guaranteed 15.
That's not bad. What's your bonus?
I think a plus. Let me check. Eight.
All right. Why don't we roll that? Because 15 isn't great either.
JB has a plus 11.
All right. Well, let's have them put their heads together. Maybe pick us out a route so that we don't break any ankles.
Alrighty.
24.
28.
Nice.
JB's going to alright, you see now, the key is to, you're going to go one down one way, kind of like you're going towards the other end of the cliff here, and then you're going to switch the direction you're going, and you go the other way, and then you're going to switch back again, and you're going to do this all the way down. You call it a switching back type of ponderous travel.
Suit yourself. I'm going straight down.
Yeah, that sounds super boring.
All right.
Yasuka's like this close to trying to cartwheel down the hill, but it's probably not a good idea.
I mean, she can try.
Do we want to all attach ourselves with ropes like when we're on the ice and climbing and stuff?
Oh, don't be such a baby. It's just a hill.
I mean, I'm not scared for myself. I'm mostly worried about, Sammy. She's got weak ankles, you know.
I mean, I don't know if I would describe them as per se, but I do like the idea of ropes. Sammy's gonna say in a somewhat quiet tone. Then again, everything Sammy says is in a somewhat quiet tone.
Very true.
I'm enjoying this gif of this guy falling on his face running down the hill way too much.
You're gonna be looking up skiing fail videos next.
Nah, because like I feel like skiing, you should be able to go down it. There shouldn't be a problem. This person is asking for it.
I mean, everyone in that GIF is falling down, though. He's not the only one.
Yeah, but I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's like everybody went into this knowing what they were getting into. With skiing, you get into it assuming you're going to make it to the bottom without falling.
I don't know.
Anyways, Akaluku is at least going to tie himself and Sammy together.
Alright, Yasuka's gonna look at PPOP and wiggle her eyebrows and point at the bottom of the hill.
PPOP is going to return the gesture of the eyebrow wiggle.
Alright, who's gonna count it off?
Akaluku will do it. Yeah, Mark! He gets out his white cloth again, and goes to the front. And again, cocks his head to one side, holds the flag up in the air. I'm Mark! Get set! Go!
16.
An 8. It's a strong start for PPOP.
What are you, chicken?
Also,
Afraid of the height?
And we also
After every roll, could I get a reflex save?
Oh no.
16.
Yasuka managed to keep her feet.
What is my reflex save? I got a 31.
Woo!
Oh dang! You not only managed to keep your feet, but like you're able to like kind of use the ground and the momentum to your advantage, and go an additional 5 feet.
Alright, so that's 21 PPOP, 8 Yasuka.
A nat 20!
Oh my
Nice.
goodness!
21.
Yasuka got a nice nat 22, 27.
Oh!
Jeez. All right, let's get a reflex save from you both.
And are we doing the plus 10 for the nat 20s again?
Yeah.
Alright.
I got another nat 20 for the reflex save.
Nice.
I don't know what's happening tonight.
Dude, where are these rolls when we're in like combat?
I know!
Yasuka rolled 17 for a total of 27.
All right, so you both come to the bottom of the hill, and what was the total of PP? So yours was 27 in addition to what?
Are we adding up the
So
reflex
are we
save
adding
and the
anything from
run?
are we adding anything for the succeeded reflex saves?
Yeah, everything past 20, you get a +5.
All right, so a plus 5 for those. So that's going to be total 36 this round for PPOP, total 42 for Yasuka. So that brings our totals to PPOP 57 and Yasuka 50.
So once again, PPOP, you've managed to beat Yasuka in a foot race. It's looking like all that training and all that, brushing the rocks that may or may not be rocks has paid off.
Can't catch me. I'm the gingerbread man.
Yeah, Slowpokes, we're already at the bottom of the hill. What's taking you so long?
You hear from way off in the distance, travelers are going to snow instead of race.
Hey, some of us are traveling with old people and children.
Hey, what does that make me? You hear Grace Glimmer say from the top.
Mom, why don't you
What
just
about
fly
you,
down
sweetheart?
here?
You don't fall in either of those categories.
We're not allowed to fly, remember? The terrifying flying monsters.
I haven't seen anything.
Have you flown yet? You would see them if you flew. Believe you me, they would be there.
Oh man, okay. I'll take your word for it.
Alright, so about
How does the story of the tortoise and the hare go? I'm pretty sure the hare takes a nap. So PPOP's gonna lay down for a nap.
Alright, so about 20 minutes later, the rest of you guys file on down, having gone slow and being careful. No needs for reflex checks or any such nonsense. I tried to think of another word, and all that came to mind was nonsense.
It works.
And niceties, and I was like,
Shenanigans.
shenanigans? There we go. It is, has Jessica joined PPOP in his nap?
I'm trying to think of something more annoying for Yasuka to do, but that works. So yeah.
You're drawing a stick.
There we go. Yasuka has like a charcoal stick out and is drawing on PPOP's face.
Drawing a mustache. There we go.
Yeah, she's penciled in a little mustache, exactly.
There we go.
Like a Mark Waters mustache.
Alright, so as we get to the bottom, JB's gonna actually didn't lose one feller, or whatever the feminine version of that would be.
Ballerina?
Ballerina. There we go, son. Even in your sleep, you're thinking on the right frequency.
I'm not sleeping. I'm power nap. There's a
Well, whatever you're doing, time to get up, raise your bones. We gotta get to that lake before nightfall.
All right, and you said there was some forested areas between us and the lake, right?
Yeah, just some small forested areas. A very
cool.
In fact, you can see the beginning of a small forested area about 100 yards in front of you. And it's not like the other forests on this island. It's very deciduous, very large trees, like large tree.
Like redwoods or something?
Yeah, like redwoods. And there's large spaces between them. Not a whole lot of undergrowth. Very pleasant looking forest all around.
Have we seen any signs of the cocoa biters that Grace Glimmer sent to scout things out?
You have not, oddly enough. It's like they disappeared from existence.
Well, that's not a worrying at all.
Not at all. Don't even worry about it.
All right, well, we'll take up the same marching orders, so Yasuka and PPOP will take up the lead and scout our way forward.
So as y'all advance, you come to the entrance of the aforementioned forest, and as I said, it's very, very idyllic. The sunbeams shine brightly through the foliage, but not too brightly, so it just bathes everything in just a ambient, nice, warm, orange-ish light.
Man, it's making me sleepy again. Maybe we should, take another power nap.
I don't know. Don't want to be caught sleeping here. Don't know what works in these woods. Don't trust it. The trees are too far apart. Not enough places for things to hide and get you.
I don't know. It seems really nice here.
See, that's what they try and bring you in with. Try and get your guard down. And once you're taking your nice little power nap, kablammy! I get you.
Nah, that's when I like wake up and kablammy, I get them.
If you say so.
Just ask Mako.
Maka. You're Grace Clinton in the back saying, "Oh, what, you guys met Maka?"
Yeah, we told you he was being all weird, and then we put him, and then we gave him to the village, and then we never saw him again because he like disappeared, and they said he was gone and probably, definitely, permanently gone.
Yeah, I don't.
Hey, we definitely did not fireball his face. Definitely not.
That's like strangely specific.
Oh, no, just stop. Your mind might be going there. You know how you and I are on such a similar wavelength, you know?
You know, I don't think I do. I'm sorry. I know you're the manservant to my son, but I never got your name.
Akurufu is just sitting there making eyes at her. Very, very aggressively eyebrowing at her.
I don't know if this is some primitive language your manservant is trying to communicate with me.
Hey, it's the most primitive there is.
Yeah, whatever. Mr. Butler, man.
Hey,
Just gonna, like, walk past you and
I
keep
can
on.
be your butler.
Not interested.
Oh, don't worry. You'll warm up.
I think I would rather please.
That's what you say now. But it's gonna get awful cold where we're going.
All right, you two, get a room. We've got to like keep going.
As y'all continue into the forest, start to feel very peaceful indeed. Like, as if nothing bad could ever happen again. Just seems like, you know, you could just live in this forest forever, eat berries, live in the trees, maybe start a family. You know, name one of your children Billy Joe.
Hey, JB! Do you want to try some more berries?
Nah, son. These berries, I don't like them.
Oh, because they look too safe.
They look how big and juicy they are. Think berries like this grow naturally? Nah. I tell ya, you eat one of them berries, go blammy. You never wake it up again, son. Not that anything has ever taken me out of commission. Got a stomach of steel. Eating so many of them poisonous, viperous snakes, I don't think anything could do me in, if I'm being quite honest.
That does explain a lot.
So as you walk, you notice that it is indeed a very peaceful forest. But it starts to kind of thin out in sections. And the further you walk, you start to see, off in the distance, off the path into the woods, some stone structures. Kind of like the ones GPOP saw at the very top. Very weathered, but definitely there.
Wait, what stone structures?
Well, you weren't there, Akalupo.
Oh. Okay.
Silly Akalupo. No, when they had run to the top of the tower, not the tower, the hill the first time, they did perception checks. Remember, Yaska just looked at GPOP, and GPOP saw the valley and several
And
stone
weathered
structures that were very bad.
structures.
Yeah.
I missed that part somehow.
Don't worry about it, Akalupo. Don't
'Cause
worry your pretty little head about it.
Akalupu has a parasite.
What?
I'm blaming the parasite.
Oh.
Pregnancy brain.
I was very confused. I was like, what are you talking about? I don't remember Akalupo getting like...
No, but Akalupu...
No, it's that slime that he got infected with back on Silicon Valley. It's back, you know. We didn't get rid of it completely. It's
Just,
starting to
you know,
try and
those,
work
like,
on chest
scars.
burstering again.
It's like Frodo's ring wraith wound. It just acts up every so often.
Exactly. All right, are these buildings on our way, or would we have to go out of our way to check them out?
The ones you see right now, you would have to leave the path and go into the forest to check them out.
All right, then we are going to just keep going.
But what if it's the tower before the tower?
That doesn't even look like a tower. It's like ugly stone, like, hovels.
Well, who knows what this, thing's definition of tower is. It spoke in riddles.
Yeah, but don't you, like, want to find Mono Anui before, like, something bad happens to her? She's been captured by, like, we don't even know who.
I
Yeah.
remember how much trouble
Someone
she
tells
got
me
in
it was
last
their
time.
own fault. But you're right, I do want to find Mono.
Alright, so as y'all travel on, you come across what appears to be a very, very, very dilapidated, broken down wall with the remnants of a gatehouse over that passes over the road.
Is this gatehouse tower-like?
Does not seem like a tower. It seems like an arch with what used to be a gate, but it's now, you see, just like a pile of dust in the archway.
Wow, not a lot of wind here.
I was about to say, that's something else you guys notice, is that it's very still, the air. It doesn't feel stuffy, but it is very still.
All right, and the gatehouse, I assume, like, the missing gate basically is where the road goes through?
That is correct.
All right, well, should we scout it out, PPOB?
I'm in.
Already.
All right, so we're going to approach cautiously and scout out the ruins.
Alright. You see, as you approach, you see from this side, doesn't look like there are any entrances. But you can see where it looks like some maybe roofing tiles have fallen off the other side of the gate. Because you haven't passed through the gate yet, is that correct?
Not initially, yeah.
Okay.
All right, and the roofing tiles have fallen off of the gatehouse, I presume, not the gate.
That is correct.
Okay, cool. All right, and that's all we see. There's no movement. There doesn't appear to be any shadows lurking around.
It doesn't appear as if anything has disturbed that site for a very, very long time. You see much overgrowth, a lot of dead leaves. It looks very undisturbed.
All right, well, let's go in and check it out further then.
As you
And
pass through the gate,
then, what is it like? So it's a wall, I assume. Is it like a fortress, like a square sort of area that is blocked off? Is it just a wall of China style long wall going left and right? What are we looking at?
yeah, it's a wall that comes, well, it looks like it used to come all the way through. Like, so from the right side, looking to the right, as far as you can see in the forest, you see partial bits of a wall. Some places have crumbled down to, like, hardly any bit of wall. Some places stand a little bit higher. And then as you look to the left, goes through the gatehouse and off into the forest to the left. And it looks like it used to be about like a curtain wall, but it's so weathered at this point, you can't really tell much more.
Okay. So I guess we would be heading toward the gate.
That is correct.
I mean, to be fair, we could just spider climb over the tower if we wanted to scout out from the roof, assuming it doesn't collapse underneath us.
Let me see if I can't draw y'all picture.
I think we should just go.
Alright, you go through the gate. As you pass through, you look around and you see the stones appear. It's hard to tell now, but they appear as if once they were very precisely cut, which is very interesting. Probably more so for PPOP than that Grace Glimmer. Jessica, there we go. There appears to be a slot in the middle of the gate where something would have come down, presumably, but it is no longer there. And as you get to the other side, you see there's a doorway on your left side of the gate that goes into a little gatehouse area. And then you see tiles before you, and then the road stretching on further towards the tower, the main tower.
All right, well, if it looks clear, we'll signal for the rest of the group to join us.
Nothing jumped out at us, so.
Yeah, that's like generally a pretty good sign. And then while the rest of the group is headed this way, we'll look in the gatehouse.
Alright, so you look into the gatehouse. You see a skeleton. Like ass. How scary.
A human skeleton?
A human skeleton. Not a cocoa biter skeleton. And you see what appears to be, he's sitting at a desk, and there appears to be a piece of parchment on the desk.
Is it in the same language that we saw in the catacombs?
It is in the language, yes, but not like the one in that one tomb. That was like abyssal.
Yeah. All right, so we'll bring that out and show it to Akalupu since he's the resident expert.
Pulls out his spectacles. All right, Akalupu. Why? Hold this one. Alright. Well, that's nice. Alright, Akalupu, why don't you read it for everybody? Or you can give them the gist if you wish. Places that have X's is where it's been splurged, and there's no paper where it's too hard to read.
These walls are wondrous. Calamities crumble to them. City sites crash.
You're muted, Anna.
Oh no!
Whoops. Alright, there we go. The ruin. These wallstones are wondrous. Calamities crumpled to them. These city sites crashed. The work of giants. Corrupted. The roofs have rushed to earth. Towers in ruins. Ice at the joints has unroofed the barred gates. Sheared. The scarred storm walls have disappeared. The years have gnawed them from beneath. A grave grip holds. The master crafters, decrepit and departed, in the ground's harsh grasp, until 100 generations of human nations have trod past. Subsequently, this wall, light and grey and rust-stained, often experiencing one kingdom after another, standing still under storms, high and wide, it failed. The wine halls moulder still, hewn as if by weapons, penetrated, I can't make out the next part, savagely pulverized. There's a bit more that I can't read. Shined. Something else. A ancient edifice. Something. Bowed with crested mud. The strong purposed mind was urged to a keen-minded desire. In concentric circles, the stout-hearted bound, wall roots wondrously together with wire. The halls of the city were once bright. There were many bathhouses and a lofty treasure of peaked roofs, many trooped roads, and many mead halls filled with human joys, until the terrible chance changed all that. Days of misfortune arrived. Blows fell broadly. Death seized all those sword-stout men. Their idle fanes were laid waste. Their city steeds perished. Their maintaining multitudes fell to the ground. For the houses of red vaulting have derided and shed their tiles. These roofs of ringed wood, the place has sunk into ruin, been broken into heaps. There once were many men, glad-minded and gold-bright, adorned and gleaming, proud and wine-flushed, shone in war tackle. There one would look upon treasure, upon silver, upon ornate jewelry, upon prosperity, upon possession, upon precious stones, upon the illustrious city of the broad realm. Stone houses were standing here, where a hot stream was cast, in wide welling. A well enfolded everything in its bright bosom. There were baths, heated at its heart. There was convenient. When they let pour forth something over the hoary stones, countless heated streams, something else, until the ringed pool, hot, something else, where their backs, then is something else. That is a kingly thing, a house, something, a city. Good gravy.
Yeah, given that he's a skeleton now, I feel like he had better things to do than write all that. Like, I don't know, not dying?
Like not dying.
That's a whole dissertation.
It was party.
Alright, so
There we go. I put it in the Roll20 chat so that other people can see it if they want to.
Cool. I appreciate that.
As you read this, you notice that it feels like the trees are shuddering, but then silence. Back to the normal, peaceful, blissful woods.
Something feels special about that thing.
Hey,
Told y'all that these woods were creepy. But nah, it's peaceful. It's bountiful. Let's all just stay down here and be tree people. Well, you know what? Tree people are weird. I know them. Trust me. You can't trust a tree person.
Yeah, you definitely seem more like a I don't know, a swamp slime kind of person. Maybe an algae.
Well, you know what? I think that's the first kind of thing you ever said to me. Well, I'm gonna keep going. I don't know what y'all, but this place, I feel like, I don't know. Don't want to get stuck in here forever, you know? There's loopy things to you. Makes your right whole dissertations. You never know.
Yeah, plus that person seemed like a real human speciesist.
Yes. A species. Species.
Beautiful. It's like a racist. But about species. It's basically like, you know how you don't like anyone but swamp people?
Hey.
Yeah, imagine that, but like, you don't like anyone but humans. Or like, specifically your own species.
I told you, son. There's some species, like tree people, you just can't trust. That makes me a species. I said it. I'm a speciesist. And them tree folk are funny in the head.
Maybe you just haven't met the right ones. I've heard that there are some really nice dryads out there.
I don't know about that. But like I said, I'm gonna get out of this forest as quick as I can because it gives me shivers and on the wrong places.
And there are like creepy ruins all over my island. You're being a big baby. Wait until there's a giant slime eating your bones. Let's see if it's any worse than that.
What?
Hey, and at least the other ruins don't have people eating other people.
Say what now, sir?
Oh, don't worry about it. It'll just stress your brain out too much. But at least that's what everybody keeps telling me.
The dang tree people, they'll eat you.
Alright, I think everybody's continuing to walk.
Yes. Alright, so as you continue to walk, you start to see the sun from the other side of the forest. It appears you're coming to the edge of it. As you walk, you notice the sun's gone a little lower. It's probably around like 2:30. Sunset's about what would we say? Starts going behind the mountain around 4:30.
That sounds about right.
Alright, so as y'all exit out, you see in front of you about 200 yards of fields, and in front of that you see a lake with a giant tower arising out of it.
Where did that come from? We haven't seen that before.
Thank goodness, we're like finally almost there. Still have to figure out like what going into the tower before we go to the tower means though.
Hey.
Or maybe that snake lady was just messing with us. Who even knows?
I ain't gonna lie to you. I was not paying attention.
Do we see any towers before the tower?
You see the tower. You see a field filled with flowers and grass. Some taller grass, maybe some occasional tree.
Alright, we're gonna head to the lake.
As you pass through the field, you notice there are poppies. I'm just kidding.
Poppies! Poppies will stop them!
So, as you go towards the tower, you come... Oh, hold on. I have a map.
Preparation!
As you see, the most complex map that we've ever had.
Oh look! We're headed to the Pokeball!
Alright. So you see Manawanui is in the Pokeball. You gotta say, I choose you, Manawanui, and then Manawanui will come out.
Nice.
No, but this is the lake. Here, let me draw some water. Oh, no, that's red. Don't worry, guys. The lake is fine. Lake?
It's definitely not a lake of blood.
No. Don't worry about it. Then there's tower. Then there's this white platform. And then these gray rows that go all around. And as you see these little hatch marks, by the way, are doors to the tower. As you look.
And what do you mean by doors, though?
So as you look at the tower, you see it travel up oh so high. And you look straight in at the tower, and you see a little archway that is set in a little bit. And then you see two panels that meet together in the middle of that archway with a line between them.
Okay. Or anything else around the tower? Any big conspicuous stone pillars or bird bath looking things?
So, if you look at the what's the word I'm looking for? The ends of here and here, and then like here and here, you will see giant little bird bath things, and then a gutter traveling along the railing, and it pours into a little tiny trench that goes all around this outer circle path.
Okay. And are those only on these south bridges, or are there more on the north bridges?
Those are the ones that you see at the moment.
Okay. Yasuka is going to go up to the edge and look in the water.
You see your face. And then if you peer
it's
little...
hideous!
And then if you peer a little harder, you will see, you'll see a clear, sandy bottom of the lake. And it's Monoanui's bottom. I'm just kidding. I'm sorry, I am immature.
I mean, to be fair, I made the joke first.
Did you?
Yes.
Oh, that's funny.
I mean, not the same joke, but...
Just because we're on the same frequency. Or frequency, as they say somewhere. Anywho.
Alright, and there's nothing else in the lake, at least not that I can see.
No. It is a very picturesque looking lake. It is very clear. In fact, if anything, it's like not like a lake that you've ever seen, because the water is like crystal clear. There doesn't seem to be any sort of algae or any sort of like, something you would associate with a lake. Like, any scum or anything like that.
Right,
What are you calling
Yasuka...
scum?
I think that's what what's his name?
JB?
JB says, man, look at the snake. It's hideous.
Yasuka's gonna poke a stick into the water.
You see, oddly enough, no ripples. You stick the stick in the water, and it just goes in. Doesn't disturb the face of the water.
I'm gonna pull the stick back out.
Same thing. Does not disturb the...
Is the stick wet?
Yes, the stick is wet.
And it was not before, right?
It was not wet before, that is correct.
Interesting. There is
Magic.
something weird going on with this water here. Could I see the stick under part that was under the water, or did it look like the stick just disappeared?
If you try really hard, you can see it, but the water seems to be very good at reflecting. So you mostly just see the sky, your face, the bank. You know.
Do we see a reflection of the tower in the water?
If you're looking at that spot, yeah.
How deep is this water? Somebody might have asked this. I might have.
You can't quite tell. You can tell how deep it is where you're sticking the stick in, but it looks like
was it there?
Huh?
How deep was it there?
Like at the shore?
Yeah, where you stuck the stick in.
Well, I don't know. It depends. Where did you stick the stick in?
Wherever she stuck the stick in.
Right in front of where I'm standing.
Okay, so like right at the shore. So it's like, I don't know, like a foot deep.
Okay.
Where I'd imagine, because you're just sticking it in right off the shore.
All right. Does Yasuka detect magic coming from the water?
It doesn't seem like it's magical. It seems, well, hold on. Is it is the water magical? Is that, I guess what you're asking?
What I'm saying is Yasuka is going to use detect magic on the water. So,
would you be so kind as to remind me what that does?
You send out a pulse that registers the presence of magic. You receive no information beyond the presence or absence of magic. You can choose to ignore magic you're fully aware of, such as magic items and ongoing spells from you and your allies. You detect illusion magic only if the magic's effect has a lower level than your level of your detect magic spell. However, items that have illusion aura but aren't deceptive in appearance, such as invisibility potion, typically are not detected. Or no, the opposite of that. Typically are detected normally.
The GM got disconnected.
There we go. Hello. I think I got the gist before it disconnected me.
Cool.
You do detect magic. As in, like, after using the spell detect magic, you have detected magic.
Alright, that's what I figured.
I think I was being cheeky. Like, yeah, you detect magic. You don't. Oh.
So does the magic seem to be related to like the voice we've been hearing or the screaming in the cave or the other dangerous things that we've been running into?
It does not.
All right, Yasuka's gonna poke a finger into the water.
You have a wet finger.
Cool.
Was there any ripples or anything?
Huh?
Was there any ripples or anything?
No, it's the same effect. No, the surface of the water is still unaffected.
Yasuka's gonna try to splash the water.
If you like cup your hand, you whoosh to it, right?
Yeah.
You like have the water travel in your hand, but like outside of that, there's no like there's no ripples or anything that like goes on beyond that. If that makes sense.
Okay, so I'm able to like splash some of the water out of the pool onto the ground around it, but it still doesn't create ripples anywhere.
Yeah. That is correct.
Maybe it's like some kind of mirror spell on the lake to make it so you can always see reflections.
Yeah, or something like that. It's really weird, but it's like not acid at least, which is what I was worried about.
However, is gonna grab the cup and like take the lid off and like just kind of like pour just a little bit into the water.
Of the chalice?
Yes.
You see so it's like this creamy looking substance. And so you kind of see like a little cloud into the water, and then it just kind of like sinks to the bottom and floats away and kind of beyond your sight, because outside of a few feet it gets really hard to peer past the mirror image.
Yasuka's gonna jump into the lake, trying to land on the reflection of the tower.
So you have plunged into the lake. but you find yourself very buoyant. So you kind of have to like struggle to stand in water.
Oh,
and are you like
goopy.
are you like looking around in the water?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you look towards the tower, given how clear the water is, you see sort of parallel to where the door is on the tower, straight down from there, there are two, I don't know what's the word I'm looking for, two little like stone pillars that stick out. So like if this is the side, it'd be like that. So that'd be like what? Horizontal from the edge? Yeah, so there's two horizontal pillars sticking out from the edge of the tower, but they're underwater. And then you see what looks like a channel from the hold on. So there's a small channel that these feed into right here that goes around the circle here. And you see, let me draw on there. You see what looks like a channel that goes down in between the two stone pillars that stretch out like that.
Right.
Does that make sense?
And that's connected to the channels that are coming from the bridges above?
That is correct.
All right, I'm going to swim up to it.
All right, you swam up to it, and
swum is, I think, correct.
It is? Okay, it sounds wrong. You have swum up to the pillars, and as you look down, you see it is very dark in like this area, all around here, because it's always in the shadow of this tower, and so none of the light from the sun ever penetrates it.
Does
and
it?
So it's hard. Sorry.
The channels and openings, are any of them large enough to go through, or are they too small for a person?
They'd be too small for a person. If you were to go up, you'd just end up here, and if you were to go like down, like lead through here and then towards the bottom of the lake.
All right, so Yasuka will surface again, spluttering and complaining. It's so weird. It's like swimming in like kombucha or something. Comes splashing out. Yeah, seems pretty like normal, I guess. Just like some channels coming from like the bridges or whatever.
Do you think we should try pouring some of the stuff from the chalice into these bird baths?
Yeah, that seems like the most obvious course of action to me as well. And I see channels coming from the two southern bridges as well when I was down there, or the northern bridges, I mean.
So what you saw, right, was the channel. I don't know how you got such a fine line to like draw those, but you saw a channel around the. Let me try. Let me see if I can't do this. Objects. Nope. Where's the drawing tool? I want to draw.
All right, well, it doesn't really matter. We'll start with the bird baths on the south side, and then if that doesn't do anything, we'll check out the bridges on the north and see what they've got going on.
Okay. So you pour
The chalice.
the chalice
Into the bird bath.
into the bird bath. It fills, and then at the bottom you see it start to fill up the. Whoops, I'm still on draw. Dang it. You see it start to fill up this channel as it goes farther and farther that way.
And when we pour it into these bird baths, is it staying at the same volume, or is it doing the same thing it has been in the chalice, where it is continually filling the container?
It is the chalice is continually refilling.
No, I'm talking about the bird baths. After we pour it into the bird bath, is it starting to continually fill the bird bath the same way the chalice has been? Or is it just pouring and staying the same volume?
Oh, I'm sorry. I see what you're saying. Yeah. So once you fill it up, the chalice fills up. The bird bath fills up. And even though what's what I'm looking for? Even though liquid is flowing from there into the channel, it does not appear as if the bird bath is draining.
Okay.
Alright, we're gonna go on to the next one and fill it up too.
Okay. The same event happens.
Alright, we're gonna go to the other
Sure.
side. Fills up.
They fill up.
Alright, we're gonna walk over to where we can see the other bridges.
Alright, so you do in fact see there are those two shapes on each of those bridge ends.
All right. And we will fill those up too.
Okay, so now that they're all filled, you see the channel that goes around the center here start to fill. And it is around the time the sun is setting, and you see the peak of the tower make a sort of giant shadow in the form there we go. Roughly in a form like that. And as that happens,
A form like
if
what?
So
Okay, there. I
You
see the
see-
line now.
yeah, so it's like that pink line is the shadow.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're standing anywhere where you can see this, you see that it appears as some sort of like molding falls away, and the white fluid starts to flow into the lake through those two lines, and since it's now in the dark, you just see this white flowing through there, and then abruptly stopping at where these two pillars are underwater. If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. All right, Yaska's gonna poke the water again.
You see the water ripple now.
Does it still feel thicker than normal water, or is it back to being like pretty standard?
It still feels thicker.
Hmm.
I should have mentioned, when you see the other stuff start flowing in, you see ripples coming in from here, like leaving in like little waves from where the fluid is pouring in.
All right, and the molding that we saw shift, is that it's not part of the tower, I assume? Is that part of the
It's part of
base
this
around the
platform
bridges?
here.
Okay.
Yeah.
At water level, below water level?
At the top of the platform. So I guess just a few feet above.
All right, I'll take a look.
All right. So as you're standing here, you see all of the flows from these channels going into this main channel, and then flowing over the edge here and into the water.
Is the water changing? Is it like cloudy where it's flowing into the water, or what's going on with it?
So as you see it pour into the water, you see it is glowing white, and then just going straight down in between those pillars, illuminating the top half of the lake.
All right, so can we still see to the bottom, or is it too cloudy for that now?
So right now it's like you're looking in directly at where like the glowing white stuff is flowing in. So you just see the glowing white stuff, and it's kind of like a thick viscosity, so it's not opaque, I guess is what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
So all you see is like the glowing viscous, or I'm sorry, not viscous, non-opaque water.
All right, give it a few minutes. Is anything changing, or is that pretty much the end state?
That's pretty much what's happening.
All right. Am I sensing magic coming from that glowing spot, especially?
Especially where like the two pillars are, like in between them, you are sensing magic.
All right.
But it's not like
yeah, Yasuka will roll. Where's her magic knowledge? Arcana, there it is. See if I can figure out what kind of magic this seems to be. 22.
Okay, hold on 1 second. You need to know like specifically what it is, or like
As
in
much
general?
as much information as she can get with a 22.
Okay. It seems like it's some sort of like portal.
All right. Hey, PPOP, didn't you say that Manawanui had like a thing for jumping into dangerous places if he thought there were like portals in them or whatever?
Yes, unfortunately.
Well, I think we might know where he went then, or she went then, because like this thing is making like a portal or something.
Okay. I guess we better go in.
Yeah, and considering we don't know whether that's like underwater through there or whatever, definitely bring your conch shell.
Alright, conch shell at the ready.
Alright, let's all pull a Manawanui.
So what?
Pull a Manawanui and jump into the portal.
Alright.
Although,
Hold your breath and go at the sound of the conch shell. 1.
Akalu is going to tie Captain Lady to himself before they go in.
I'll count very slowly.
You just count 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3, go!
2, 1.
Cannonball! Yasuka jumps.
And I blow the conch shell while she's in midair.
Alright,
And
so
then jumping after.
as you jump in through, the first thing you see is it's just all light. And then you're falling and you land in a cave. Defend.
How?
It is dark.
Alright, who had the cast light spell again?
Yasuka's gonna cast light. I gotcha.
Alright, you see you're in a chamber, and at the far end of the chamber is a door made of stone.
Akalupu is going to kind of like turn around and just give Captain Lady a peck on the cheek. Just because he figures she's gotta wake up when it gets dark eventually and there's some sort of a kiss, so.
Oh, yeah. I was like, what are you talking about, man?
Because there's still the thing, there's the
Yeah, no, I remember.
thing.
I remember.
The...
Do you remember Chewbacca?
Here lies, where darkness kisses light, life will be. All he remembers is something, darkness, light, kisses.
Well, it's dark.
Dude, it was light,
And
now
I
it's
can
dark.
kiss.
So, just gonna give her a kiss, the peck on the cheek. She's not being creepy about it.
No, of course not. It's not up to look this way.
Hey, he's only creepy when they're awake and they have an option.
Oh my god. Alright. Nothing happens, FYI.
Okay,
Just thought I'd...
good to know. Alright, what do we see again?
Some sort
You're
of a
in a
door.
chamber made of stone, and there's a stone door at the far end.
Cool.
Alright, well, let's approach the stone door and take a look. Yasuka's got light.
Alright, you've approached the stone door.
Akalupu's gonna push on the door.
It's a very heavy door.
Are there any markings or carvings or anything on the door?
There are, but you
Candles.
cannot discern any meaning from them.
Do they look abyssal?
They do not look. They don't look abyssal. No.
Can Akalupu discern
Akalupu
meaning
cannot
from
read
them?
them.
Okay.
Alright, so you said the doors are heavy. Does that mean they are too heavy for Akalupu?
You have to do a strength roll to open them.
Yeah, let me roll my strength. I'm gonna use a hero point. 17.
17?
Yes.
Alright. You manage to open the door, it creaks open, and inside you see two I guess you don't know what those are. They look somewhat like caskets. Well, not caskets. They're like it looks like I don't know, it's on a raised platform. Like an indentation of like a body size. One of them is completely dark, and the other one seems to have a somewhat white glow to it.
Akalupu's gonna push the lids of each one toward each other until they...
The lids?
Oh,
There's no lids.
Okay.
There's no lids. That's why I hesitated to say casket.
are they movable? Do they look movable?
No, they're like built into the
How
stone.
far apart are they?
They're right next to each other.
Touching each other?
They're touching.
Akalupu can like touch each side and say, now, Keith.
You have to start out with I'm not exactly for sure.
So you're like the two things are like next to each other, right? They're touching.
Yeah.
It's like just like grabbing each side and just pushing them together. And saying,
But
now,
they're built
Keith.
into the stone floor.
Yes, I know. He's not actually moving them.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he could do that. I suppose. On the left one, it's almost like a dark cloud mist when you put your hand in there. So you don't see your hand if you're going to put your hand in there.
Can, like, if he puts his hand in, can he, like, pull anything out of it? Like, is it like a mist? That, like,
actually, no.
Okay. He's gonna take Captain Lady, and he's gonna put one hand in each casket.
He has one hand in each casket.
Got it, Dave. I'm stumped.
Yeah, I keep telling you, glass coffin.
So you see one is an empty casket, and one is just full of black mist.
If Akalupa reaches in, can he feel anything in there?
Is he gonna reach it?
Yes.
To the black misty one?
Yep.
Alright.
Akalupa doesn't care at this point.
Akalupa takes D100 damage, turns into a Gremlin monster. How far, are you just technically putting your hand in? Or are you just gonna put your hand in until you feel something?
He's gonna like follow the edge and put it in to like feel something.
Alright, so you keep
Do you
going
want
down.
Yasuka to try and
halfway through?
do you want Yasuka to try and counterspell it before you do that?
Probably, but he's gonna get like partway in and then just start screaming. And then pull his hand out and laugh because he thinks it's funny.
You scared me. That could have turned you into a zombie arm or something.
Yeah. I think you can try to kind of spell it.
Alright, well first I'm gonna roll Arcana on it, see if I can figure out what it is. 24.
Alright, you can tell that it is magical. And it appears to be some sort of illusionary magic.
Perfect. Then I am going to try to counterspell. What do I roll for that again?
Oh, wait. This isn't magic. I'm so sorry.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
Wow.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry!
Wow.
You know what? Maybe I had my wrong brain in, okay? It is not magic. My bad. My B.
Alright, so it's not magic, but it is somehow behaving in a way that defies a natural explanation.
It does. You cannot think of an explanation as to why that would be as it is.
Alright, I'm just gonna put his hand in.
Like,
I'm gonna slowly, like, kind of like creeping along the edge.
you feel something cold.
Does it feel like a foot?
It
Like a
feels
head?
very cold.
Grab it.
Are you going to continue to go? Are you going to continue to go in, or are you stopping once you feel it with your fingertips?
Well, like, is it like what does it feel like? Does it feel solid? Does it just feel like it's like cold air?
No.
Like
So
ice?
you touch something that is very cold.
Okay.
When you say very cold, are we talking like this is going to give you frostbite cold, or are we talking like...
No. Just cold, regular amounts of cold.
Does it
All
feel
right.
hard? Feel soft? Does it feel
It
squishy?
feels somewhat soft, I suppose.
Okay, I'm gonna continue to kind of feel around it, kind of get a
Actually,
better
like,
shape of like, yeah, kind of like figure out what it is.
Okay, it feels like a person.
All right, I'm gonna grab it.
Alright, you grabbed.
I'm gonna lift.
You pull out a hand.
Did it look like a familiar hand?
I suppose.
Is the hand attached to
familiar.
anything?
It is attached. There's an arm that goes back into the darkness. So there's just a hand that is now you've lifted out.
Okay, I'm gonna pull more up.
All right, like until like the entire person comes up.
Well, like until I can see more of the person.
Okay, so you see, like until like their head arises.
Probably. I mean, whatever.
You see more every time you pull.
That's how I can see something that I recognize or don't.
Alright, so you pull out, and lo and behold, it is your long-lost best friend, and really, I think we can all agree, the spiritual soul of the group, Manomanui.
It's Mako! Yasuka casts Fireball.
Yes. That was the end of Manomanui.
Okay, Akalupu's gonna, like, pull him up until he kind of has both arms. It's not gonna take them all the way out of the box. It's kind of gonna, like, drape them over the edge so they're, like, half in the box. And then he's gonna take Captain Lady and put her, like, half in the box. The light box,
She's
not the
putting
dark box.
half of Manomanui, who's now, like, all dressed up in this, like, black dress, into the dark box.
Yeah.
And then also putting the Captain Lady halfway into the dark box.
Yes.
Nothing has happened.
Just have Manoanui and Captain Lady kiss. Manoanui was in the dark.
Yeah. Akalupu is gonna grab both of their heads and put them together. No, geese.
You have pushed two unconscious people's heads together.
Alright, Akalupu is going to grab both of them by the hands. So he's holding on to each of them.
Yes.
And like put them both in their respective boxes, and while holding their hands, put their hands.
Boxes, you mean?
Captain Lady in the light box, Manoanui in Anyway.
Like, here's Manomanui. You should have Mako.
I'm gonna put them both so that they're completely in the box, but I have a hold of each of their hands.
Okay. Nothing has happened.
Alright.
Because you're wait, what are you?
I'm holding their hands,
Yeah.
but I'm putting both of my hands in each box so that they're fully immersed in each box, but I'm still holding on to their hands.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Alright, you start to see the light grow brighter. You start to hear like a noise. What did you say, Sega? You see a small red man with the red hat and overalls, and a little mushroom telling you about something about like your princess not being in a tower. Whatever, get out of here. Get out of my face. Get out of my face. You're a Nintendo. Am I still connected, by the way?
I don't know. Can everybody else hear it?
Yeah, I can hear him.
Okay, cool. I really want to make sure that Sega rant was recorded. Alright, so you start to see it light emerge, and it starts to get brighter and brighter. And then you start to see like the light and the darkness kind of like go up in between the two and just like make this wall. And then you hear a voice as if it is God talking to you. And it says, in a feminine voice, I should say, "Hurry, my children. Come and find me. The days are growing longer, and soon eternal night will set in forever." And then all the lights turn off. You hear the and it seems all the whatever that black stuff is gone. And you see Mono and Captain Lady, and they're both and Mono's eyes go like that, and
They open very widely.
They open very
as if,
widely,
like in fear.
as in like, yeah, it's fear, surprise.
I was narrating to everybody who can't see your face.
No, it's only to you, since only Akalufu is there. Only Akalufu knows. Anywho. And, Akalufu, I'm sorry, Mono just as if she wasn't breathing this whole time. And same as Captain Lady.
And Mono is now confused why she has lipstick on.
That is true. She's like, what?
I didn't put lipstick on. Captain Lady, I did. That's my lipstick.
Why do I taste whiskey and mead and what?
Oh, look, guys! I fixed them! Now who's got the pea brain?
Where, son? I ain't gonna lie. I wasn't totally sold on this whole idea, but you seem to you're alright. You're alright.
Okay. Well, if it has something to do with kissing, I'll figure it out.
I mean, it took a little bit. It took a little bit of time.
They did say it was no immediately. We just gotta figure it out. Akalupu is nothing if not persistent. Welcome back to the land of the living, you two.
Oh. Well, I guess I can't talk for her. I do believe, is Mary still here?
Am I supposed to be saying things?
You can if you wish to, because your character was just revived.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. I just wasn't sure because Thomas was talking for me and I wasn't sure.
You're all good. Your character is the captain lady, the lady that Akalufu has been hauling around. And the person they found is my PC.
Okay, cool. What am I doing here? Oh yeah, she's Irish. What am I doing here?
Well, it's a long story. But well, basically, we have no idea, to be honest. We just found you. And then there was something about kissing. And now we're here. And I fixed you. So now you're eternally in my debt, I think. Like, that's how it goes, right?
I'm not sure that's how that
No, I'm pretty sure that's how it goes. I'm pretty sure that's how it goes.
You know, I wasn't
I think both of you
awake to see you do any of these. So I'm sure PPOP Charlie was did something.
Don't worry. I'll be a kind master.
All right. Thank you, Arkaluke, for saving our lives.
If my manservant has servants, does that make them my grand servants?
You know, I think it does. That basically makes them my great grandchildren. Oh my gosh, son, you've been so prosperous. And I don't know the other word that I'm supposed to be thinking of right now.
Wait a second. So, like, if I have servants, then I'm basically a king, right? And if he's a king over a king, doesn't that make him like an emperor or something?
No, I think that makes him the king and you the butler.
No. I think I'm more like a lard.
Like what?
A lard.
You are lord.
It's just because you've been looking at my booty too much.
So, where are we?
I was like hoping you would know that. We're in some sort of a weird cave through like a portal under a tower or whatever. You guys disappeared after you were making like, you know, creepy glowing green lights a couple days ago.
It does sound kind of familiar.
Yeah, well, it's definitely like on brand for you, so yeah.
Did you guys hear that voice?
Oh, good.
What voice?
Other people did hear it.
Oh, said something about the day growing darker and
Oh, did it say darker? I thought it said longer. I was a little bit confused when it said that night was coming because I was like, isn't that like the opposite? But like, I'm not going to argue with disembodied voices that sound that sexy.
what?
Sexy.
No, before that.
Disembodied voices
That what?
that sound that sexy.
Oh, I missed the connecting adjective. Well. Mono is gonna shakily try and get up out of the sarcophagus looking thing.
All right. The room are the sarcophagus looking things pretty much all that's in here, or does it go any further? Are there any statues, decorations, carvings, anything else?
No, it is mostly just the two sarcophagus looking things.
Man, weird that like someone put so much effort into just like putting two weird sarcophagus things in a random room through a portal.
That is kind of strange. Through a portal? What? Are we in the spirit world again?
I certainly hope not.
It doesn't feel like the spirit.
Also, we got here through a portal and kind of like fell on a hard rock surface. I have like no idea how we're supposed to get out of here.
Well, can we just go back the same way you guys came in?
I mean, is there another entrance to the portal where we came in?
I don't know. I've been here.
Well, let's go check.
Well, we should know because we were just back there, unless it's appeared after we left the room.
There is not. There's no like shining portal. If that is your question. But there does. The two beds kind of seem a little bit loose when Mononui is trying to kind of get up and get out.
All right, Yaska's gonna kick one.
The light one and not the dark one.
you, which one are you kicking?
The light one.
All right, so you kick it. It kind of goes. Hopefully, Captain Lady's out of it.
Akalupu has grabbed her.
Well, I've been looking for rum, so.
There we go. There is. You kick it, and you see there is a passage underneath.
La gasp. Is it like stairs? Is it like just like a giant jump and like, you know, it's like that point in the video game where like, you know, that once you jump back there, you're not gonna be able to get back to the
It's
spot.
about a 10-foot drop. So like you could chicken fight somebody and put them up on your shoulder and toss them up if you really need to.
Chicken fight?
Yeah, you know, when you put somebody on your shoulders and somebody else puts another person on their shoulders and then you attack each other. You've never heard that?
Not a term I've ever heard.
No.
You guys
it's
have
a
never
thing.
had a chicken fight in the pool.
Thank you so much, Jason.
I mean, I've seen that game, but I've never heard it called chicken fight.
No.
It's called a chicken fight.
Yeah, you learn something
There
new
you
every
go.
day. Thank you, Jason.
There we go.
Thank you.
I'm sure that's not a regional thing.
No. I don't even know where Jason's from, but I'm sure it's not a regional thing.
From the Northeast.
Well,
It might be a Northeast.
it might be. I mean, I've lived in the Northeast. So, I don't know. I don't know. Anywho, chicken fighting aside, there's about a 10-foot drop, and then a passage that goes off back the way you came, but underneath.
All right. Well, we've been going for just about 2 hours. Is this a good point to wrap up?
If you want to go for like another 5 minutes, it'll be a much better spot.
All right, cool. Then we can keep going. We're gonna go through the passage.
All right, you go into the passage, kind of cramped and small. And as you're walking, you come out in the field, lo and behold, before it, the giant tower, kind of from beneath a tree. So coming out from the roots of the tree. And I gotta dig your way past some of the poppies and such. And now would be a good spot to end if you wish.
All right, cool. So we've come out and we're in can we see the sky? Are we still in an underground space, or does it seem like we're back out?
So if you go out through what looks like oh no, not your buds showing me some. So if you go out into the field, you will find yourself you're in the field that surrounds the tower. The poppies and the flowers and those things are.
All right, so it is the same tower.
It is, yes, it is in fact the same tower.
All right, and we're exiting out of one of the hills around the fields, or what are we exiting out of?
From underneath a tree. So there's it comes up and there's roots.
Okay, so we go down into the passage and then that leads up again.
Yeah, it gently slopes up until you come out under a tree.
Okay.
Just in the field surrounding the tower.
So we're somewhere here. For example.
Hold on, I have to switch back. I had it on a different tab. Yeah. Yeah, somewhere here. Yeah, just at any old tree.
All right.
Any old tree.
Any old tree. Every time you come out, it's a different tree. That'd be funny. Everybody comes out at a different location.
Yeah.
Just to mess with you guys.
Exactly. How did this happen? We were holding hands and we still ended up in different places.
Don't worry about it.
It's magic.
Magic. No, it's not magic, guys. Remember? No. All right. So now we're at a good spot to end. If you, so desire it. Yes, Anna. You're giving me a weird smile.
I was going to ask you what you learned.
Oh!
So, Gia, what have you learned today?
Well, the GM learned nothing because the GM knows everything.
Yeah, Anna.
You lose 10 health points. God strikes you with lightning. No. JD learns never to trust. Well, JD learned that he was correct in his opinion not to trust the force people. No, you were here first. What did Akalupu learn?
Akalupu learned that sometimes kissing is more metaphorical than literal.
What did Yasuka learn?
Yasuka learned that she needs to try harder because PPOP is starting to show her up a little bit.
I know. Alright, what did PPOP learn?
PPOP learned he's pretty much a master of the centaur form at this point.
Alright, what did the captain lady learn? Hopefully her name.
She needs to learn that, but also she learned that she wishes she had rums in her pocket. Little rum bottles in her pocket. Because life is being very weird right now.
I mean, to be fair, she woke up completely dressed different than she was. She's in like this golden gown.
I'm sure she also woke up sober, which is
Right, this is
not
maybe the
true.
first time she's been sober since she met us.
Yeah.
She wants some alcohol right now a lot.
Alright. Well, thank you for joining us this week. And we'll see you next time on Adventures with Manoa Nui and friends.
Bye.
And not Mako.
And definitely not Mako.
Just every time he just keeps coming back, and we just blast him away every time.
That would be hilarious. Just like another gag. And you see a shifty character in the woods.
awesome.
Alright. Well, bye.
Bye.
Bye.